And welcome back to Combat Sports Weekly. This is the part of the show where we take a look at national and local headlines. Let's jump right into the national ones.
Carlos Condit returning back to the UFC against no joke Thiago Alves.
No joke at all. Tough fight that they put him in. This is going to take place May 30th in Goiânia, Brazil. Unfortunately for Condit, it has to be in enemy territory. So.
Yeah, that just shows how bad Carlos is to come back off of a huge injury to go over there and fight Thiago. Like that's huge. I have so much respect for Carlos.
Yeah, and another guy who's coming back just after a 3-month break, Tim Means.
Awesome. Yeah, he had a beautiful performance. He didn't take any damage. I love this. I love him staying active.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
For the record, UFC on Fox 15. Unfortunately, he won't be on the main card. He will be on the Fight Pass, so definitely something worth checking out. Another guy that we've been big on for years.
Austin Trout. I'm so excited. I'm such a supporter of Austin. I've followed his career for so long, and I'm excited to see him get back in there May 9th.
Yeah, Austin Trout, of course, the gentleman with the beard there. The other guy, Australian, Anthony Mundine. These guys have been at each other's necks on each other's Twitter feed for the better part of 4 years, so that'll take place. It looks like it's taking place. I haven't signed anything yet. May 9th on a CBS card, so big network television event, so it's huge. Showtime news, Jhonny Gonzalez and Gary Russell Jr. will be facing off Saturday, the 28th. Make sure you guys keep the time, 8:30, around 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, in a loaded card. It's really a triple header that has this card and another bout as well on it, another 2 bouts with Vanes Martirosyan and, Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo, the man at the top of the screen. Twin brother, identical twin. His twin, both of them are undefeated. Both the guys are ranked in the top 10. But it will be Jermell that actually fights Vanes Martirosyan in a big fight that people are overlooking. Vanes, for the record, as weird as it sounds, he was the last guy to beat Trout in the amateurs. So little random information. And another bit of news, I've mentioned England and the power that they have in boxing. Kell Brook will be facing Jojo Dan earlier that day on Showtime. So make sure you guys check it out early. There's going to be earlier boxing on Showtime around 4 p.m. Mountain Time, and then a few hours later at 8:30. So it's going to be a night stacked with boxing.
It's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, you can tell you're excited. You can definitely tell. That'll do it for our national headlines. Let's jump right into the local ones.
Damacio Page defending his legacy title. Damacio's been training. He's always in the gym. He's ready. I'm excited to see this fight for him. I think it's in New Orleans, right?
It's Mississippi, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Somewhere in the South. Not 100% official where it's taking place, but May 8th. It's a cross-promotional kind of event, which is kind of, not really seen. RFA champion Alexandre Pantoja against legacy flyweight champion Damacio Page. What do you think of the cross-promotion fights?
I think it's great. I think it's great for Damacio as well. He's itching to get back into the UFC, and hey, why not?
Yeah, so it's a pretty big event, May 8th, and it's going to take place on Access TVs. Another local card in our area, at least, El Paso, April 11th, the commencement, Golden Eagle Promotions. Ayanna Vasquez will be in that co-main event. For those people that don't know who Ayanna Vasquez is, 11-time national amateur champion. Hands down, the greatest amateur fighter of all time. So I think a lot of us are excited to finally see her make her professional debut. And another one, we talked about this earlier, Tejanito Promotions is having an event Saturday night at the Don Haskins Center in El Paso, Texas. That's where the UTEP plays basketball. How cool would it be for you to fight at the pit or something like that?
Super cool. That'd be great. What's cool is that it's another military appreciation card.
Yeah.
So
and the Texas state belt is on hand for that one. We'll have more information on our Facebook page. So that'll do it for the local headlines. A lot of news. Let's jump right into the highlights. I think our favorite part. Oh, be careful.
It's my favorite part.
I have insurance. Damian Maia, Ryan LaFleur, number 7 against number 14. Damian Maia just doing a great job of controlling the ground. This fight was actually pretty close in the Vegas odds, but when it came down to it, he decisioned him and it looked pretty easy. What do you think of the wrestling and the grappling?
I think it's beautiful. It's just like he's so aggressive with that, and there's no space there. That's exhausting to even watch. Somebody being on you that heavy, and it's great to see. It's awesome.
So he comes around with the victory, making some noise in that welterweight division that is pretty stacked when you really think about the top 10. Here we go. Europe. I think I was the only one watching this event. It's Jürgen Berman against Robin Krasniqi. Look at this. The guys were going back and forth. So by this, you think Krasniqi will actually win. But, I mean, this fight was just back and forth. So for those of you that didn't watch it, go ahead and check it out. I found me a stream. Of course, I don't have Sky Sports 4. It's like ESPN 8 of England. But here you see Jürgen Breimann just coming back. Look at the onslaught. These guys just gave it to each other. And don't sleep on the European boxing. Alfonso Gomez and Yoshiro Kamegi. A lot of people expected this fight to be pretty entertaining. This guy just threw shots. Yoshiro's problem, and of course, Gomez is Gomez comes in head first.
Yeah.
For Yoshiro, the problem is he doesn't move his head much. Look at that. He's eating these shots just up the middle. I mean, there's not a whole lot of sticking and moving. It was an ugly fight, meaning the guys, grappled a lot, but nonetheless, it went all 10 rounds and it was enjoyable. Tyrone Spong, here we go.
There's your boy.
We had 2 weeks ago, he made his professional boxing debut. Here he is again in front of like 62 people. But one of the best fighters overall in the world. Look at that over-the-top shot. This is the second KO of the month that we have him on. And if he keeps fighting, potentially they're going to have to put him against world-class caliber guys. He's going to hurt somebody the way he's just delivering the shots. Look, didn't even land fully, but behind the ear.
Right.
I
don't know what this guy. I don't know. It's good.
So Tyrone Spong, make sure you guys check him out. Again, MMA fighter, kickboxer, and now professional fighter. I can talk about him so much, like I'm loving him.
I know. You really like him. Yeah. But it's nice. Good for him. Two knockouts in a row, and great. We'll see when he can fight somebody in boxing that really has boxing matches.
Yeah. So speaking of guys we're in love with, we got John Judy, a guest, Fit NHB wrestling coach and co-promoter and matchmaker of King of the Cage. They have a card April 11th in Socorro, Texas. Again, Socorro, Texas, not Socorro, New Mexico. Don't show up in Socorro, New Mexico, because ain't nobody going to be there. So we'll catch you guys right after the break with John at the table.